Back to the UNH stable on WNHU West Haven. Today I am pleased to introduce Savion Wright, recent American Idol Top 24, was it?
Top 40. Top 40.
Top 40, okay. Top 40 contestant and aspiring alternative rock musician. I recently played his first three songs in his Breathing Underwater EP, and I'm assuming, have you finished the extended version of that?
Yes, I'm actually I just finished it up and sending it out right now as well, not as we speak, but a couple of days ago, sent it out to iTunes. So it's going to be on iTunes in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, your music is on iTunes? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, back to what I was saying. It is young musicians like you that college radio is really about. Thanks for coming on today and welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
First, I told you about this. I don't know if you remember back when I first saw you on American Idol. I remember about a year and a half ago, I'd seen some of your videos on Facebook via Emily Gibson, which is the reason I originally contacted you after I saw you on the show in January. Uh,
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool that I had a mutual friend with an American Idol contestant, honestly. After I saw your audition, I actually thought you had a very good chance of possibly even winning that competition, but as we can see now, that didn't exactly pan out, but you're still going for it. My question to you is this, or the first question. Why did you decide to compete on American Idol?
Well, American Idol was always a dream for me. Ever since, I mean, pretty much since the beginning of the show. But the person who really inspired me to really want to actually go on the show, being from a small town, Carrie Underwood. I mean, she was literally right up north from me in Oklahoma, and me being from a small town like she was, saying, you know what, I'm from a small town. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can make it. I don't think I'm good enough to be, you know, up there with the big dogs. And, watching her on the show and how she kind of, how she transformed, from this small town country girl to this, superstar, starlet, just kind of really, really, made me say, you know what, I think I can give this a try. And this was like 7 years ago when she was on the show. So I was like, you know what, I really want to be ready when I go on the show. I want to be, I want to be the best. I don't want to just be someone, that goes on the show and says, I want to do this and not. I want to be a person who can stand with the big dogs at the time I'm on the show.
Yeah.
And so I waited, and I started developing my artistry, from the bottom up, and learning instruments and playing music and, doing shows and stuff to better my chances of making it on the show. And I really feel like that was a great idea to wait and to build my artistry up. And I didn't want to be just a person, who just goes on the show. I wanted to be someone, I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be someone where someone was like, you know what, I'm inspired by you. Like, that's the main goal for me as an artist, because that's what Carrie Underwood did to me. She inspired me. And so I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write songs. I wanted to be, I wanted to be a full-fledged singer-songwriter, not just a singer. And so that's one of the reasons why I waited. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go on the show, was to have a platform where I can share my music and, not just sing covers of people's music, but also do my own music as well.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed you did a lot, playing your own music. Um, and also I noticed your audition, even I believe it was Harry Connick Jr. who commented on that. You waited until you believed you were good enough and you were ready.
Exactly.
Myself, I've been playing guitar since the seventh grade, and I played in a band at my church, but I've never, besides that, really had a chance to play in a band, which is something I've always wanted to do, really. But uh, how long have you been playing music and writing music, and what all instruments do you play?
Okay, well, I've been in music has been just incorporated in my life since the day I was born. I mean, music is just it's a family thing with our family. I mean, everyone in my family, at least I know in my inner family with my brothers and sisters and parents, we all sing and play instruments. So it was kind of a family deal for all of us. And I mean, I'm the youngest of five, and they always made jokes about our family saying, y'all could be the next Jackson Five, because that's how we were. That's just how close knit we were as a family, and we all played instruments. Um, but I've been playing instruments ever since. I think I picked up the guitar. The guitar was the first instrument I started playing, and that was the same around the same time you did, around seventh grade. Yeah, seventh and eighth grade. I picked up the guitar, and then from there, I started picking up other instruments and learning how to play other ones, like the piano, the
Yeah.
ukulele, the mandolin, the harmonica. Um, funny one. A lot of people don't really know I play is the accordion. Um, funny story how I picked that one up. But multiple other instruments. Can't even think of any right now. But
Yeah, I know how it is.
there's plenty of other ones that I play. But the main ones that I really do is the guitar and the piano are the ones that I usually stay on. But I am learning to play the cello now, and because I love classical instruments. I also play the saxophone. Been playing the saxophone since I was in sixth grade. No, seventh grade. That's right, seventh grade. So I picked up the saxophone and guitar around the same time. So I've been playing those instruments, and really it really helps with my artistry, because I pick up from a lot of different elements in genres of music, and it's really helped me throughout the years.
Yeah, I really do see that converging of genres, especially here recently with a lot of new artists. But I also think that classical instruments are an important set of instruments, at least to learn how to play one of them, because that was the first instrument I ever played was a violin. I was in a
Oh wow!
fifth grade strings orchestra. Um, can we expect possibly an album in the near future?
Of course, of course. I I'm the type of person who plans ahead. I just it's just the type of way I've been even as a kid. Like I always have my goals planned ahead, and that's definitely the number one goal. Anyways, is to definitely make an album. But as of right now, I'm really just trying to build a fan base where and build an anticipation for my album. So right now I'm actually just still writing, making better songs, and then I'm going to release an album. But at this point right now, I'm going to release a set of EPs, and give people music what that they want to hear, and I'm glad that there are people who want to hear my music. So it's really great to have that. But yeah, there is an album in the near future. There's no doubt the name of the album will be called Gray Skies and Galaxies. I do have the name of the album. That's how far ahead I'm planning.
That is a great name, by the way.
And so yeah, it's always been something that's gotten to me for some reason. I like I said, I plan ahead, and that's just it caught my attention when it came to my head, and I was like, wow, Gray Skies and Galaxies. That sounds awesome. So
Yeah.
that's definitely going to be the name of the album. But it could be years from now. It could be next year. But right now, I'm just constantly writing better songs, and actually writing a song for that name right now called Gray Skies and Galaxies. So just trying to write better songs and get ready for the album and build anticipation. So fan base is the big thing right now. Just building a bigger fan base and more anticipation.
Yeah, I think that's American Idol kind of really helped you out with that, because even though you didn't make it as far as some of the other contestants, you still kind of got some recognition from it.
Oh yeah, exactly. And it was really awesome, being one of the first people to ever do, like nothing but originals on the show. And so I think that's a really awesome thing, to be, be known as one person, the person who did originals on American Idol. So, and then have the judges like them. Like there have been times where people like, when most people say they're going to do an original on the show, a lot of people like they start to grit their teeth and say, "Oh gosh, what is this going to sound like?" And they really like my original, so that was a really it was a confidence booster, because that's one of the things that I know a lot of artists struggle with is am I good enough? And that's one of the things that really held me back from the show was that struggle of saying, am I good enough to do this? Can I make it? Being a small town country boy from Texas, am I good enough to be in the big leagues? Like that type of thing. So that's one thing I've always struggled with, and it definitely proved to me that I can do it.
Yeah, small town. Well, I definitely understand that. I'm actually from the South. I'm from South Mississippi. So,
Oh man, that's where my dad's from.
oh really? Where?
Yeah, my dad's from Mississippi. He's from Meridian.
Oh really?
Yeah, Meridian, Hickory area.
Oh. Next question. I read on Facebook not too long ago that you plan to do a tour.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing a tour. I was thinking about doing it this summer, the end of like summer-ish, around July, August time. But that's probably changed now, because I promised my parents, and my parents are really big on education, and so I promised my parents that I would graduate, first before I pursued any, really hardcore music ideas, especially touring. So I'm probably going to definitely want to do a college tour, and that'll probably be around next year, probably spring of next year. I'll probably try to pick up and get my band together, and we'll probably do a college tour, probably in the New England area and more Western area as well.
New England area. Any chance you'll make it here?
Hey, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I've never been to Connecticut before, so I think
So
that'd
we
be a really
actually
cool place to go to.
we actually have every spring a concert here. So it's called, oh my God, I can't even remember the name of it right now. But we have a concert at the University of New Haven every spring.
Oh, sweet. Hey, if you let me know, I'd definitely be interested in coming in and playing. That'd be really cool.
Right. Yeah, I definitely will. Your genre, from what I've heard so far, and as you've said, you want to be more alternative rock. I've heard a tad of reggae thrown into it, and Runaway
Mm-hmm.
Jane. What genres do you consider yourself to be a part of?
This is really hard. This is
I
a
know
really
that's a hard question.
because I pull from so many elements, and I feel like there's no escaping some of them. Especially like me being an African American. Like I definitely pull from a lot of soul music. I mean, that was just how I was raised. My parents, that's all they listened to. But I kind of fell in love with the 80s, like 80s alternative rock music, and it just really kind of blew my mind. I was like, wow, like I've been so sheltered listening to, like I love and respect Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder and all these amazing artists. And then, but like falling in love with these bands like U2 and Police and just Journey, like all these amazing bands, I kind of fell in love with rock and reggae, listening to Bob Marley and the Police again. Listening to them, I kind of pulled from a lot of various elements of those genres. And seriously, I really just, I honestly, if I wouldn't mind doing it, I would like to, make my own genre of music. I don't know what to call it now, but I guess it would be kind of some form of alternative rock, some form of reggae-ish in a way, and soul. And so I guess, I mean, the easiest way to call it is just, alt soul or alternative soul,
That's
alt
neat.
rock soul, something like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's something different, and it's something that people haven't heard before out of artists, and I think that's a really cool thing, to do as an artist, is to do something different, something that no one's heard before, and I think I do that pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. That's something that's really important, and especially in whatever well, I know what direction I want to go into, but I'm not talking about myself here. But that's something that I've always wanted to strive for too, being different,
Yeah,
uh, bringing something new to the table. Uh,
exactly. Yeah. See, in high school, that was one of the fun, like, that was one of the things that I always dealt with, was being different. I was like, wow, like I'm not like these people. Like
yeah, me
I'm
too. Me too.
I'm like I feel like I'm so different from everyone here, and they knew it. A lot of people were just like, why are you like this, or like, why don't you act like
Yep,
normal people?
I totally
And
get
I'm
that.
just like, well, that's just how I am. I'm not normal, and you kind of know that, when you grow up, you're not like normal people. And I'm not saying that I'm better than someone. I'm just saying that, you just you know it. You have that feeling. It's innate
Yeah, and
when you're not the norm.
it's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to convey that sometimes to other people without them thinking that we think we're better. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not what it
exactly,
is, but
exactly, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like I've always gotten that, where people are just like, "Well, you think you're better than me?" No, I just know I'm not, like you in some way. It's a different feeling. It's the, it's hard to explain,
yeah,
but
no,
I
I
think
get
you
it.
know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Um, who would you say are some of your biggest musical influences? I know you already said some of them, but specific people, maybe.
Okay, a lot of I grab from, like I said, I grab from a lot of artists, and I listen to so much music. I mean, that's just one thing I know I love, is just I can literally sit all day and just listen to different genres of music. But some influences that I get out of my own music, probably number one that people can probably guess a lot of, is Michael Jackson. I absolutely love Michael. That I just that his albums. I actually like his lesser known music more than his actual hits, like "Beat It" and
There's a lot of
"Billie
artists like that.
Jean," like those super hits. But my some of my favorite songs by him are like "Stranger in Moscow," "The Girl Is Mine." Uh, "The Girl Is Mine" is probably my all time favorite. But "Butterflies," like some of his lesser known music, are some of my favorites. But Michael Jackson, Sting is also one of my favorites. Sting and the Police, definitely one of my top favorites, especially on the reggae rock side. Bob Marley is also another favorite. Lenny Kravitz is definitely top for me. U2, uh, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye. There's just a lot of people that have really influenced me as an artist. But those are definitely some of the top ones that I my go-to, might as well say,
Yeah, I
people
know
that I
the
listen to and get a lot of inspiration from.
yeah the list could go on forever. I understand. Um, well, I definitely hope to have you back on the show, or possibly even my show, the Galaxy Room, which is the one that I played my your music on,
Yeah, man.
sometime in the near future. If someone wanted to check out your music, where should they go?
Okay. Well, if you want to check out my music, I have a website. Is savionwright.com, and that's just my full website. It's actually it links you to pretty much everything that I have on my website. Probably it has my SoundCloud. Usually I'll do some covers of some of my favorite artists, like Also, another one, Coldplay, is also another favorite of
Yeah,
mine.
that's definitely a
Uh,
favorite of mine too.
I love Coldplay, John Mayer. Um, but if you want to go on my website, it has dates, like tour dates when I play. It links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my SoundCloud, and also it links to my GoFundMe, which I'm raising money to make my album. And also, it has a video of Dark Side of Me, one of the songs from the EP. I think you said that was your favorite, right? Or was it Breathing
I didn't
Underwater?
specify actually, but I
Ah,
think my favorite off the EP is well, they're all good really, but
thanks, man.
Runaway Jane I think actually would be my favorite, and
Oh,
that's the
sweet,
one that
sweet.
I had never actually heard until you sent me the EP.
Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. I'm glad you like that one. That's also one of my favorites. It's definitely one of my favorites to do live. It's a fun song. Um, I definitely say to go to my website, and it links to everything. If you have a Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Facebook, like all of those, it links to those. But if you want to listen to my music, you can listen to it on iTunes. You can listen to it on Spotify. All you have to do is type in Savion. Usually, it may just be under Savion in the standard, but that's the name of my band. And you could also look up Savion Wright, either or, and it'll link to my music.
All right. Well, thanks for being on the show. I
Oh, thank you.
hope to hear from you again pretty soon.
Oh
And
man,
I
thank you
hope
so much, Rhett. It was nice talking to you.
you too, man. I hope the best for you in your music career. And
Oh, thank you, man, and for you as well.
well, thank you. And I will help out as much as I can. Anytime you got into some new music, I'll play it on my show. And uh, free to do interviews whenever. Anytime you got something new out.
Sweet. Well, I mean, I definitely appreciate that, and I definitely have to make it up to Connecticut one day,
Yep.
just for you.
Really. All right. Well, thanks a lot, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.